Hi, this is Chuck Westfall from Canon USA. I'm here at the PhotoPlus Expo in New York. We're showing the new EOS 1DX, which is our professional digital SLR, new top-of-the-line camera. Basically, the idea here is that we're replacing the existing EOS 1D Mark IV and EOS 1DS Mark III with a single new camera that addresses our three major professional markets. That includes the high-speed stills market, the high-resolution stills market, and also the HD video. So the bulk of the improvements that are in this camera are primarily aimed towards those three areas. For example, in the case of the high speed, we're now up to 12 frames per second on full frame, whereas previous 1DS Mark III was a 5 frame per second camera. We also have an 18 megapixel CMOS sensor. New design on this sensor basically gives us extremely high sensitivity, all the way up to ISO 51200 in the standard ISO range. We also have 2 stops less noise than the EOS 1D Mark IV, so really high speed and high sensitivity on that sensor to address the image quality for the high resolution and high image quality customer. The third area that we want to mention is that we've developed a lot of improvements for the movie photographer. The people who are shooting video on this camera have a nice bigger screen, but that's just the beginning. We've also got higher video quality with no moire, also a choice of selectable frame rates and resolutions, but now newly we have a set of new different compressions that are available for this camera that actually improve the video quality yet again. There's also things like embedded time code. There's no need to stop shooting after 12 minutes. There's a lot of improvements on the video side that were added into this camera. So we look at overall, we've got a lot of new things to talk about. As you can see on the back of the camera, there are now dual multi-controllers. This is to support people who are shooting either horizontally or vertically. They'll be able to get to the multi-controller to adjust their settings. There's also dual control buttons on the front of the camera here, which can be programmed so that you can actually have ability to change various different camera settings on the fly without taking your eye away from the viewfinder. So, essentially this camera has been designed and thought out for the professional, the way they shoot, and the type of applications they're going to be doing. A little bit of a hidden feature that most people might not know about is the fact that we've added an Ethernet jack on the camera. This is a 1000 base T Ethernet, which is the highest speed available. And the value of this is that when, say for example, a wire service photographer is shooting a major event like a professional sports or possibly a political convention where they're in an environment that a wire LAN is available, they'll be able to get their images out of the camera and onto the wire virtually instantaneously. Also, that works very well in a portrait studio environment where the camera may be in a tethered shooting environment and you'll be able to get the images into the workstation right away. We also have got on this side the HDMI and the USB. The HDMI is going to be good for the high definition video out. The USB is used for the standard download to the computer. On this side over here, under this flap, we've got our external microphone port at the top, and that has been upgraded so that it now supplies phantom power, and that means that it's compatible with a wider range of stereo microphones than before. The next one down is our N3 remote socket. This works with our wired remote control accessories. The last one at the bottom is the PC flash terminal for studio strobes. There's yet one more port at the very top here. This is a system terminal that we're using for 2 new dedicated accessories that are being announced with this camera. One of them is the new wireless file transmitter WFT-E6 that adds 802.11n high-speed wireless control. And a second dedicated accessory is the new GPE1 GPS receiver. So you can use either the WFT or the GPE1 in this socket right here. On the back of the camera, there's a couple of features that we'd like to bring up. One is the Q button. Let me see if I can get my menu up here. The Q button, which works together with all the camera settings to allow you to be able to make your adjustments without looking at the top dial. So it really is very, very helpful to be able to adjust your exposure, for example, and working on different areas. It also, you could work with things like your drive modes. including our new 14 frame per second. So the Q mode is very useful. Another feature that we can mention is the new live view button here. This makes the 1D series consistent with some of our other lines like the 7D and the 60D. So when you want to shoot movies or live view, it's just a one button operation rather than digging through a menu. Those features for the Working Pro, and also things like the new 61-point autofocus system, which covers a wider range of the view than before, with better tracking capability and better sensitivity than we've ever had. Last but not least on this camera, we've upgraded the image processing as well. We're now up to the dual Digic 5 Plus image processors, which are 17 times faster than the Digic 4. That's what helps us get our high speed operation, but also our high sensitivity. So we're really very honored to be able to show this camera here. It's going to be available in March of 2012 at an estimated retail price of $6,800.